Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Krista and today I'm going to share my Halloween party prep with you. So I went to Meijer, Walmart, Dollar Tree, and Goodwill, and I'll show you what I got from there. And then I also did food prep for the party. So I did a nacho bar and a caramel apple bar. So I started by going to Walmart. I was kind of surprised how much Halloween stuff they had left considering that it's almost the end of October. So I got a majority of the things there, and I'll kind of show you like everything that they still had left in stock. So last minute team, here we go. I found these really cute plates. They have like little black cats on them with pumpkins, and I thought those were absolutely adorable, so I had to get those. And I actually had napkins that I got from, I think it was Hobby Lobby, so I ended up not needing napkins. I had a lot of stuff that I got previously from Dollar Tree, so I didn't really have to get a whole lot there. Plus it was really busy in Dollar Tree, so I wasn't able to like really film it. But I'll show you the few things that I did get from there. I know this kind of doesn't really go with the Halloween theme, but I seen these Hello Kitty makeup brushes, and I just thought they were adorable. It actually said it was for like the 50th anniversary, so I thought that was really cool. And then I also got some eye makeup brushes because that was something that I ended up needing. So I just went ahead and showed you that because, I mean, it's such a good deal. They were only like $8, so I ended up picking up a pack of those. Walmart had a decent amount of costumes left. I ended up going with a skeleton pajama set because I wanted something that was like really comfortable, and it just felt right. Like, I usually dress up for Halloween, but I decided to go with something kind of more simple so I could kind of focus on the decorations and getting everything ready for the party. But I have actually some costumes from the past. I can show you a couple pictures of those. I really get into Halloween, like ever since I was little, and still even now in my 20s, I absolutely love like dressing up, decorating for Halloween, doing all the fun stuff. I feel like it's okay to do that stuff as an adult because if it brings you joy, you should do it. We did end up getting some big bags of candy, but I also got some of these Go-Go Squeeze. They had these like applesauce pouches. They had an apple one, and they also had one that was apple and pumpkin spice. So I was kind of interested in how that would be. So I ended up picking up a box of those. They were a little on the expensive side, but it was kind of nice to have something that was kind of healthier. Anyone that knows me knows that Hocus Pocus is one of my favorite movies. So when I saw these Sanderson sister like dolls, I thought they were really cool. And they also had Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. So I thought that was something that I would kind of show you because I thought it was awesome. I also got a lot of the like toppings and things for the caramel apple bar at Walmart. So I did crushed Oreos, crushed pretzels, marshmallows, and chocolate chips. And I also got some vegan ones because my brother's vegan. So I tried to accommodate for him because he loves eating stuff like caramel apples and nachos. And we got some stuff that was like for the vegan nachos as well. The next place that we went was Goodwill. So I was kind of surprised. We didn't really find whole lot at first, but then I looked up on the top shelf and I saw this really awesome tray. It had spider webs on it, and from the middle of the tray was a little spider dangling down. So I thought that would be a perfect addition to like the Halloween decorations. And they also had these ghosts. They were only like $2 a piece. And I ended up using those later on my fireplace, which you'll see in a later clip, but I just absolutely love it. The last place I went was Meijer. We ended up going there because they had a couple of the little things that we couldn't find at like Walmart. And like I said, my brother's vegan, so they had this vegan caramel there. And it's actually like keto too, but we had to go there to get that. And he tried it. He said it ended up being kind of more like a syrup than like an actual like buttery soft caramel. But I mean, it's still like a good option. And I seen these Squishmallows. They had Nightmare Before Christmas ones. They had Jack and Sally, so I thought that was pretty cool. They still had quite a few Halloween decorations left at Meijer. I couldn't I couldn't find any of the creepy cloth at Dollar Tree. They were like sold out of it because, you know, later in October. But I did find creepy cloth at Meijer. They call it Freaky Fabric. So I ended up getting a pack of that. You're going to see how I use it later in the video when I decorate. But yeah, that was something that I was kind of like missing. They had quite a few costumes at Meijer as well. They had like some different ones, like you could dress up like a taco or something. And they also had like Harry Potter, Legend of Zelda, like they had Link's shield and everything. And then they also had some Pokemon stuff, which I know Pokemon's pretty big right now. And I think it's pretty cool that they kind of had more like options than Walmart did, kind of more specific, like fan related like costumes, like kind of more nerdy costumes. So I think if you're into that, like I am, like that would be something, like somewhere to check it out. One reason I went to Meijer was to find these floating candles. They had these LED hanging lights, which I'm going to use them later in the fireplace. I ended up getting the witches hats from Walmart, and then I got the candles from Meijer, but I'll show you how I kind of like put them together on the fireplace later in the video when I decorate. I also got this caramel dip from Meijer. Usually, like sometimes I'll make caramel homemade, but I wanted to kind of make it a little easier, like on myself and for like you guys to like, this is a great option. It don't really have like bad ingredients in it. And you literally just take a bowl and put some in a bowl, warm it up for like 30 seconds in the microwave. It's pretty good. Like, it don't have like a weird aftertaste or anything. And that's what I ended up using for my caramel apples. Now I'm going to show you what I got from Dollar Tree. So I got this spider is in the plus section for $3. I got this banner and then a sign for $1.25. And here's everything that I got from Walmart. So I'm going to start with these plates that I got that have the black cats on them. And then I got 2 different marshmallows. I got regular and vegan marshmallows for my brother. And then I got pretzel rods, which I'm going to use for the caramel apple bar. I got these black tea lights that I'm going to use for some of the decorations. And then I got some marshmallow fluff. That was for something else. And then I got some vegan chocolate chips. And then I got a couple bags of candy. This one's Bullish Green. And then the other one has Reese's and Kit Kats in it. And then I got some Go-Go Squeeze with the apple and apple pumpkin spice. I got some vegan cheese sauce for the nachos. I got a Halloween skeleton pajama set to use for a costume. And then I got some witch hat garland. Next, I'm going to show you what I got from Goodwill. So I'm going to start with this spider tray. I think it was $4. And then I got these ghosts for $2 a piece. And I wanted to show a different view of the spider tray because it was kind of hard to tell from the angle that I had it from. And this is what I got from Meijer. I got this tablecloth that looks like it has spider webs on it. It was $4. And then I got these hanging lights that I'm going to use for the fireplace later. And then I have some Freaky Fabric, which is like Meijer's version of Creepy Cloth. And I have some vegan caramel, and then regular caramel, and then a cauldron. And I know that I say caramel as caramel instead of caramel, but I've always kind of said it like caramel, so it's just how I say it. Now I'm going to show you this DIY that I did. So I started by taking the banner that I got from Dollar Tree, and I laid it out. I wanted to kind of get like an idea of like the size of it because it's 6 foot. So I did that, and then I took some yardsticks that I got from Menards, and I took a little bit of black paint with some water to create a stain, and I just painted the yardsticks using the paint. I only did the one side, or the top and then the sides. I didn't paint the back of it because it didn't matter because you're not going to be able to see it once you have the frame on the picture. Once I have the yardsticks painted and dried, I'm going to go ahead and lay them on the floor because where the banner is so big. I started by laying the yardsticks out in the shape of what I wanted the frame to be, and then once I had them where I wanted them to be, I used a L square to make sure that they were straight and lined up so the frame wasn't crooked. And then I took some wood glue and hot glue and put it on the frame, and then put the wood planks that I got from Dollar Tree onto the frame to kind of reinforce it so it like stays together. Once I had the wood planks glued down, I went ahead and put the banner on top of the frame, And I'm taking a little bit of hot glue and running it along the edges of the frame. And I wait a few seconds so it don't melt the plastic. And then I place the banner down on the frame and I kind of push down with my fingers to have the banner adhere to the frame. Once I had the banner glued down, I went ahead and flipped the frame over to the front side, and the wood planks are noticeable, like where I glued them on, so I went ahead and took more of that black paint from earlier and stained the wood planks so it looked more finished. And it's okay if a little bit of that paint gets on the picture because it's supposed to look old and dirty, plus it kind of takes away from the plastic look, so it's okay if you're a little messy. The way I put the banner on, there was a little bit of excess plastic that was left over, kind of hanging over the frame. So I just took my X-Acto knife and ran it across the frame and then got rid of that excess plastic. Now I'm just taking some more of that black paint and painting any parts of the frame that weren't painted yet. I wanted to add some embellishments to the picture, so I took some fairy lights and strung it across the top of the picture. And then I took creepy cloth and put it in front of the fairy lights. I wanted this picture to be a hanging sign, so I took some alien tape and stuck it on the four corners of the picture, and then we just hung it up on the wall. We made a little snack after we finished the DIY, so I took 2 pieces of pepperoni, 2 pieces of salami, and 2 pieces of cheddar cheese, and I cut them into 4 pieces, so I made 8 pieces. And then I took these almond thin crackers, because when I eat regular crackers, it bothers my stomach, makes my stomach burn and everything, so I thought I'd try these new crackers. And I just did 8 of those. They were pretty good. It was the first time trying them, and I feel like they weren't really that different than like a regular cracker. Obviously, they were a little harder where some crackers are more soft, but overall, I really liked them. Now I'm going to work on decorating for the party, so I started by taking this cat bowl that I got from Dollar Tree and the cauldron that I got at Meijer. And I put this ghoulish green candy mix in the cauldron to make it look like a witch's potion. And I put this mix of Reese's and Kit Kats in the cat bowl. Now I just took a paper towel with some dish soap and water, and I wiped down the spider tray that I got at Goodwill, and then I just dried it off using a paper towel. I'm taking this tablecloth that I got at Meijer, and I used the counter to measure it and see how much excess tablecloth I had left. And I cut off the piece that I was going to use for the counter. And then I took another piece, like the remaining piece that was left, to use for the table. And I folded it into like a pizza, a slice of pizza shape. And I laid it across the table. And I used the table as a guide to kind of cut to make sure that the tablecloth wasn't too long. Now I'm just taking the other piece of tablecloth, putting it on the counter. It kept sliding off, so I had to fold the tablecloth in half, and then it stayed. Now I'm just taking this lace table runner that I got at Target a few years ago, and I'm placing it on the center of the counter. I wanted to add some more decorations to the counter, so I took this tray and silverware that I got from Target and placed it on the counter. And I'm just going to place these plates right next to the tray with the silverware. And I found this spider at Dollar Tree for like $3. I'm going to place that right next to the silverware. And I also have the bowls of candy that I filled earlier. I set that on the counter as well. And then I got this spider that I got from Target Dollar Spot, I think. And I set that beside the candy. Now I'm going to show you some of the food prep that I did for the party. So I wasn't able to film a whole lot of the food prep because I was really busy that day. So I'll show you what I did film. So I'm going to start by showing you the queso. This is a recipe that my mom showed me. You just take some butter in a skillet, or actually butter in a saucepan, and you melt it, and then you add flour to it, keep stirring it until it gets thick. And then you add milk to it, you keep stirring it until the milk mixture gets thick, and then you add cheese to it. And then once the queso is ready, we just turned it on low and set it aside so I could work on prepping some of the other things. The next thing that I worked on was the caramel apple tray. So I started by taking some of the caramel apple dip, I placed it in the middle of the tray, and then I crushed up the Oreos and the pretzels. I added the marshmallows and the chocolate chips. And then I cut up the apples. So I got the apples from a local orchard. They're like amazing. And I got 3 different kinds. And then I got the tray ready and then I set that aside. We started doing the caramel apples kind of more like an apple nacho. It's just easier for us to eat it that way and to kind of prep it for everything, and your fingers don't get all sticky and everything. And then we kind of went with sweet and salty toppings because that's kind of what we were feeling, and I tried not to do anything with colors or anything in it. And then after that, I took some of the go-go squeezes and I put it in this little spider tray that I found at Target, and I placed like 4 or 5 of those in there. And here's how the counter ended up turning out. I think it looks really cute and spooky. And here's how our cute but spooky counter turned out. I realized that I forgot to grab the napkins, so I went ahead and grabbed those and placed them on the counter. Now we're going to go ahead and work on getting the table ready. So I started by taking a tablecloth, placing it on the table, and then I used a few items that I got at Dollar Tree. I used the witch's boots and the purple pumpkins, all of which I got at Dollar Tree. And then I took one of the salsa bowls that I got from Walmart, and I thought it looked like a cauldron, and then I put candy in there. Now I'm going to show you what I did for the fireplace. So I started by taking the strand of witches' hats. It's actually a garland that I found at Walmart. And I took some nails on each side of the wall of the fireplace. And I hung the loop on one side, and then I brought it across and hung it on the nail on the other side. And then I took those LED hanging lights and I hung them off the garland, and they looked like they were floating. And then I added the ghosts that I got from Goodwill on either side of the fireplace. Now I'm going to show you another DIY that I did. I took these shackles and skeleton hands that I got from Dollar Tree, and I just zip tied the hands to the shackles so it looked like the skeleton hands were locked up. I wanted to add a few more things to the table, so I took these skeletons that I found at Dollar Tree and I placed 2 of them on either side on the candlesticks, and then I have one of the skeletons holding the bowl of candy that's in the cauldron. And then the last one, I took the tray that I got from Goodwill with the spider on it, and I placed it in the center of the table, and I put the skeleton behind the tray so it looked like he was peeking out from behind it. As I was looking through the Halloween decorations that I already had here, I found these ones that said help and it looked like blood splatters. I put them on the window originally, but then I didn't like how it looked. So I took this mirror that I got at Walmart and I put the letters on the mirror and I kind of stuck them on there. They kind of felt weird like jelly, so they kind of felt weird on my hands, but anyway, I ended up putting them on the mirror and kind of set them up to look like someone was saying help. And it had little footprints on there as well, and I stuck those on there. And here's the clip where I was adding the ghost from Goodwill to the fireplace. I just also hung those on the witch's hat garland. Now I'm going to show you the food that we made for the party. So we did cilantro lime rice, which was completely homemade. And then we did some ground turkey with some taco seasoning on it. And then we had some vegan crumbles for my brother. We also had the queso that we had made earlier. And then there was some pico de gallo, which it's one of my favorite recipes. It's super simple. You literally just take some tomatoes, onions, cilantro, lime, and salt and pepper. It's like super simple and super delicious. Now I'm gonna go ahead and build my plate. I know I said I made nachos, but some people wanted different options. So we made some rice. So I ended up making a rice bowl. So I took the cilantro lime rice, layered it in the bottom of my bowl, and then took some ground turkey that was seasoned with the taco meat. I put that on top, and then I took some whole pinto beans, which are amazing. I like them a lot better than black beans. And then I took a handful of shredded Mexican cheese, sprinkled that on top, and I took some pico de gallo. And I got these little guacamole cups from Sam's Club. I put some of that on my bowl, and I also did a dollop of sour cream. And then I did a handful of shredded lettuce. And then I drizzled it with ranch on top. And one thing that I like to do when I have a bowl like that, I'll get some tortilla chips, and I'll take the tortilla chips and dip it into the bowl. And it's kind of like having nachos and a rice bowl at the same time. I also do that when I get bowls from Chipotle, and it is so delicious. Now I'm going to take you on a tour of all the decorations. So I'm going to start by showing you the counter, and then I'll work my way into the living room. So you'll see the table, we have Halloween ambiance on our TV, you'll see the picture and everything set up, and I think it looks absolutely adorable and spooky and perfect. You also see the fireplace with the hanging candles, and I think it looks really cool at night. It looks even creepier and kind of eerie and kind of gives you that feeling of like being in like a witch's cottage. And here I'm just showing you a clip of my bowl and everything, and then I'll show you like how I take the chip and dip it into my bowl and kind of eat it like off of the chip, kind of like you do with nachos, but I kind of eat my bowl kind of like deconstructed. I've always done this since I was little. I would always take elements of like a burrito or something like that, and I would have it in a bowl, and then I would eat it with ripped up pieces of tortilla or tortilla chips. It's just something that I enjoy instead of having to try to fight the burrito. I feel like it's a lot easier for me to kind of eat it that way and having a fork to eat it with. Now I'm going to show you my caramel apple nachos that I made. So I actually ended up eating them the next day because I was so full from the rice bowl. So I would definitely recommend having a smaller portion, at least for me. But anyway, I will show you how I built my nachos. So I just took the apples and lined them up on a tray. I just took my apples and lined them up on a plate, and then I took the caramel and took a separate bowl, put the caramel in the bowl, warmed it up in the microwave for 30 seconds, stirred it, and then I was able to kind of like drizzle it onto the apples. And then I added my toppings that I wanted, and it was delicious. I would definitely recommend using that for any fall parties, and you probably could even do it in the winter if you wanted. Thank you for joining me today as I showed you my Halloween prep from buying to decorating to cooking. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this one. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. I really enjoyed filming this, I felt like it was really exciting to kind of plan and have the different elements of it. And obviously I kind of did it last minute, but I feel like it's pretty good considering. For Christmas stuff, I'm definitely going to try to have more of a plan, but I feel like it's hard to say. Gotta be honest with thyself. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. See you in the next one.